On this day, the City Lord and Elder Duanfeng announced the basic rules and rewards for the competition at the altar, instantly filling the entire Thunder City with a tense, explosive atmosphere. Everyone knew just how difficult it would be to win, but those who succeeded would be recognized as true geniuses of the Eastern continent. With the rewards granted by the Forged Blade Thunder Valley and the opportunity to participate in the Four Continents competition, they would then have a real chance to be noticed by the four great academies of the Ferocious Soul Domain. Joining one of the four great academies would mean a meteoric rise. After all, these academies were the rulers of the entire Ferocious Soul Domain, and joining them would grant access to incredibly rich resources. The night passed without incident, and before long, the second day arrived, the official start of the Eastern Continent competition. Today is the day the Eastern Continent competition officially begins. Xiao had already prepared early that morning. I heard this year's competition won't be held in Thunder City, Yu Ruoran spoke as the three of them gathered. Oh. Xiao was slightly surprised. Because so many people signed up this time, the competition will take place in the Thunder Realm, Yu Ruoran explained. The Thunder Realm? Xiao nodded. He was already familiar with the Thunder Realm, a special space created by powerful beings. Let's go. The entrance to the Thunder Realm is still at yesterday's altar. Today will probably be very lively, Yu Ruoran said, leading the way. It was indeed the official start of the Eastern Continent competition, and as a result, countless figures from Thunder City surged toward the altar. The crowd surrounding the altar was so dense that it was impossible to get through. The scene was even more intense than the day before. Heh, this is one massive crowd. Elder Duanfeng and the City Lord had already arrived at the altar. They looked around at the massive gathering and couldn't help but comment. Let's begin, Elder Duanfeng said calmly. The City Lord nodded. Then, both of them slightly rose into the air, floating above the altar. Whoosh! In the next moment, a silver scroll appeared in their hands. Under the gaze of the countless people around the altar, they immediately crushed the scrolls. Boom! As the scrolls shattered, a spatial vortex slowly appeared in the center of the altar, exuding a terrifying spatial force. Is this a spatial gate? Xiao, seeing the actions of the two strong figures, couldn't help but ask. He sensed that the spatial force was identical to that of a spatial teleportation array. The two silver scrolls were clearly keys to open the spatial gate, and the scrolls contained the coordinates for the Thunder Realm. Everyone, I hereby announce, the Eastern Continent competition has officially begun. At that moment, the spatial gate next to the City Lord and Elder Duanfeng solidified further, and they spoke in unison. Thunder Realm, Thunder Realm, Thunder Realm. Countless figures beneath the altar erupted with excitement at the official announcement of the competition's start, and the atmosphere became even more charged. The three stages of the Eastern Continent competition will all take place within the Thunder Realm. Please proceed. Good luck, everyone, and may you achieve satisfactory results, the City Lord smiled as he spoke. Swish, swish. With the City Lord's words, the two of them stepped aside, clearing the way for the participants to enter the spatial gate. We should go too. Today, they will likely announce the rules for the first stage of the competition once we enter the Thunder Realm, Xiao remarked, looking at the endless stream of figures entering the gate. Yu Ruoran and the other woman nodded lightly, clearly anticipating the competition. Swish, swish. As soon as the words were spoken, the three of them quickly moved, rushing toward the spatial gate. Whir. In an instant, the group of them passed through the gate. I hope this time, we'll select some truly monstrous talents. Otherwise, the Four Continents competition might be? Elder Duanfeng said slowly as he watched the figures continuously entering the spatial gate. Once they're all inside the Thunder Realm, we can ease the security in Thunder City, the City Lord said with a slight smile. After their conversation, the two returned to their posts at the altar. Their task wouldn't be fully completed until everyone had entered the Thunder Realm. However, with the official start of the Eastern Continent competition, the security in some areas of Thunder City began to relax, which provided an opportunity for darker forces to make a move. The security in Thunder City is nothing special. A few shadowy figures stood quietly in a dim wooden house. 6 Soul Lords. This time our Sin faction is cooperating with your Soul Clan. If your intelligence is wrong and our strongholds on the eastern continent are wiped out, the headquarters will not spare you. One of the shadowy figures, shrouded in dark, evil energy, couldn't help but speak up. Upon hearing this, the 6 Soul Lords' body trembled slightly. The headquarters of Sin was a place that could rival even their Soul Clan's headquarters. Shoo. Rest assured, our Soul Clan has dispatched a Soul Guard Lord for this cooperation. No matter how strong the warriors on the eastern continent are, they won't be able to escape. The figure, cloaked in a black robe, emitted a chilling soul power that surged outward. A Soul Guard, you say? The evil figure's murderous intent slightly subsided upon hearing this. Even without the 6 Soul Lords speaking, the figure was aware of the strength of a Soul Guard. The Soul Clan's strength was divided into 12 Soul Lords and 5 Soul Guards, with the Soul Lords ranging from 2-star Dosien to 4-star Dosien. As for the Soul Guards, their strength was at least 5-star Dosien. Our Sin Lord from the Eastern Continent stronghold will also personally descend. With the Sin Lord and your Soul Clan Soul Guard, the Eastern Continent will be erased. The evil figure spoke again. The Sin Lord within Sin was the highest authority of every stronghold, and their power was enough to match a 5-star Dosien. The Forged Blade Thunder Valley. This time your Eastern Continent will definitely perish. Blame yourselves for eradicating our extraterritorial evil clan's influence back then. Though that race was ranked low within the extraterritorial evil clan, it still enraged the mighty beings of our evil clan. This time, with the combined forces of your Soul Clan and our Sin faction, defeat is inevitable, the evil figure continued. Shoo. Don't forget our deal, said the 6 Soul Lords. Don't worry, in this battle, all soul powers will belong to your Soul Clan. Our Sin faction will only eliminate all the strong warriors on the Eastern Continent. The Een Soul Heaven, the Eastern Continent. This will be the first step in our extraterritorial evil clan's declaration of war against the ferocious soul domain. After speaking, the evil figure fell silent, but a sinister plot slowly took shape. If this plan succeeded, with 2 5-star Dosien descending on the Eastern Continent, it would bring about a catastrophe for the entire Eastern Continent. Whoosh! After stepping through the spatial gate, Xiao and the others instantly arrived in the Thunder Realm. Ugh! The defenses of this Thunder Realm. Even a 4-star Dosien would struggle to break through. While inside the spatial gate, looking at the rapidly approaching Thunder Realm, Xiao couldn't help but comment. Xiao saw that not far from the spatial gate, a circular space slowly enlarged in his vision. Outside the circle, countless terrifying bolts of lightning continually surged. Those bolts of lightning gave Xiao an uneasy feeling, making his heart race with fear. Is that the Thunder Realm? Rainway murmured as she observed. Despite the Thunder Realm looking this small from their current distance, as they got closer, it became apparent that it was vast, its size almost equaling half of the Eastern Continent. Given the immense landmass of the Eastern Continent, the Thunder Realm occupying half of it meant that the one who created it had to possess transcendent strength. All contestants, please enter the Thunder Realm through here. Don't wander off, or the lightning outside the Thunder Realm will be enough to obliterate any 2-star Dosien. As numerous powerful warriors moved toward the Thunder Realm without knowing where the entrance was, a terrifying, awe-inspiring force slowly began to emanate from the Thunder Realm, shaking the hearts of every participant. A 4-star Dosien. Xiao couldn't help but say as he instantly deduced the speaker's strength. This Forged Blade Thunder Valley really is a place full of hidden masters. Huh, is that so? If your Xiao clan hadn't fallen apart, and you had come from the lower realm to Do-D continent, seeing your clan might have made you jump in shock. The Devourer of Souls laughed as he saw Xiao expression. Follow me. Ran and the others didn't know what Xiao was thinking, so they simply pulled him along, heading for the entrance to the Thunder Realm. After a few breaths, the trio arrived at the entrance to the Thunder Realm. They saw a huge gap in the vast Thunder Realm, and the gap was already guarded by dozens of highly alert guards. These guards were all at least 3-star Docian. These are the elite forces of the Forged Blade Thunder Valley, so it's not surprising that they possess such strength, Xun'er said. Form a line, one by one. The leader of the guards ordered. Under the watchful eyes of these strong figures, a long line stretching 1,000 meters slowly formed in the air. Information confirmed. After a thorough inspection and verification, Xiao and his companions were finally allowed to enter the Thunder Realm. Forged Blade Thunder Valley holds a deep grudge against the extraterritorial evil clan because its valley master once single-handedly annihilated an entire extraterritorial race. Naturally, the security here is this stringent, Xun'er explained. After all, there have been cases of evil individuals disguising themselves as contestants to infiltrate the Thunder Realm. If not for the timely intervention of the experts from Forged Blade Thunder Valley, the entire realm might have been destroyed, she added. I see, Xiao nodded in understanding. No wonder the checks were so thorough. Let's go. With that, the three of them passed through the shimmering barrier and entered the Thunder Realm. Buzz, buzz, buzz. The moment they stepped through the barrier, a blinding white light engulfed them, forcing Xun'er and the other woman to shut their eyes tightly. Welcome, contestants, to the Thunder Realm. As the light gradually receded, a massive square spanning several kilometers came into view. Everyone who had entered the realm was now gathered on this plaza. So this is the Thunder Realm? Such a dense Doqi presence. The stability of this space must be so strong that even a typical 4-star Docian couldn't break it, several experts remarked as they opened their eyes. 1-star Docian. 2-star Docian. Xiao didn't pay much attention to the murmurs around him. Instead, he released his brilliant soul power, quickly discerning the strength of many present. To his surprise, though there were around 1,000 people on the square, it was far fewer than the expected tens of thousands. However, the attendees were all from the younger generation, and the weakest among them was still a 1-star Docian. As the crowd turned their gaze upwards, they noticed a burly man with a broad smile overlooking them from above. His commanding presence was unmistakable. This was none other than the Valley Master of Forged Blade Thunder Valley, one of the strongest figures in the entire Eastern continent. Seeing such a renowned and fearsome individual appear, everyone instinctively held their breath. His mere aura was enough to make them feel subdued. This is the Thunder Realm Plaza, and also the location for the first phase of the competition, the Valley Master announced with a faint smile. His silver armor crackled with lightning, and the silver and gold cloak fluttering behind him only added to his imposing demeanor. Due to the large number of participants, the first phase will be divided into 3 separate battle zones. You are currently in one of them, he continued, his smile never fading. My lord, how will the first phase of the competition proceed? One bold 2-star Docian respectfully inquired. The first phase is an individual competition, the Valley Master replied. It will proceed in a one-on-one format, with matchups determined by drawing lots. Each battle zone will produce 3 finalists, who will advance to the next stage. What? His words instantly stirred an uproar across the plaza. For those specializing in support roles, this one-on-one format was clearly a daunting challenge. 3 finalists from each zone. With thousands of participants in each, securing a spot among the top 3 would not be an easy feat. 9 finalists? But what about the others? Xiao wondered, but chose to remain silent. The first phase begins now. If you're ready, step forward to draw your lot, the Valley Master declared. Moments later, several guards placed large wooden boxes in the center of the plaza. Inside were records of every contestant, and the battles would be determined based on the drawn lots. Among the thousands present were many formidable individuals, though the strongest were only at the level of late 2-star Docian, far from reaching 3-star Docian. Who would have thought the first phase would be so intense? Individual elimination matches? I love it! Someone exclaimed in excitement. This format is tailored for us brute force cultivators. Haha, another cheered. An individual competition, huh? Perfect. It's a chance to refine my soul power and Desolate techniques, Xiao remarked calmly. Although the Valley Master's announcement sparked complaints among some participants, Most chose to focus on the later stages, as all 3 phases offered opportunities to advance. With 10 spots available across all stages, there was no need to place all their bets on the first phase. Let's go draw lots. After some consideration, Yue decided not to participate in the first phase, given its high-risk nature. So, Xiao and Yue walked over to the drawing box. Originally, there were as many as 3,000 participants in this war zone, but after consideration, only 2,000 chose to compete. Those who have made up their minds, come draw your lots. For those who wish to forfeit the first stage, a strong practitioner will lead you away to rest, said the Valley Master of Forged Blade Thunder Valley. The second stage will only begin after the first stage concludes, he added slowly. Red 100? Xiao easily approached the box. After inquiring with a guard, he extended his hand into the box. When he pulled it out, a white slip of paper appeared, displaying a large red 100. I got red 50. Yuren sighed, speaking to Xiao after parting ways with Yue. I wonder how this individual competition will play out. Xiao clenched the white slip tightly in his hand and looked up at the sky, sensing the overwhelming auras above. Now that everyone has drawn their lots, the individual competition will begin, the Valley Master declared. There are 2,000 participants in this competition. They are divided into red and blue numbers. Red number 1 will face blue number 1, and this process will continue until the top 100 are determined, followed by a selection of the victors, he explained calmly. So that's how it works. It seems the 2 of us will face opponents with blue numbers. I wonder who my opponent will be this time. Xiao smiled faintly. I trust you won't fail so easily. See you in the finals, Yuren said softly, her beautiful eyes betraying her confidence in Xiao hidden strength. Once the drawing is complete, our Forged Blade Thunder Valley experts will escort you to the arena. By the end of today, the top 100 will be decided, the Valley Master announced. See you in the finals, Xiao replied with a smile before following a guard away from Thunder Realm Square and toward the arena. The sheer size of the Thunder Realm was astonishing. To hold battles for tens of thousands of participants simultaneously was no small feat. Before long, Xiao and a group of 100 contestants arrived at the arena. The arena was encircled by a formidable protective barrier, likely designed to ensure the safety of the spectators. It resembled a gladiatorial coliseum, with towering seating all around for onlookers. The center, however, sank into a massive pit, forming a vast space spanning 1,000 meters in diameter. A truly colossal arena. I am Duan Hong, the person in charge of this arena, announced an elderly man who stepped forward as the guards escorted the contestants into the arena. The elder's white hair and faintly oppressive aura left everyone feeling suffocated. His strength was unmistakable. Even the elder overseeing this arena is a late 3-star Do Xian. The depth of Forged Blade Thunder Valley's foundation is truly terrifying, Xiao murmured. Lord Duan Hong, are there any specific rules for this competition? A pale, scholarly youth asked politely. Victory determines the outcome. You are allowed to use Do souls and weapons. If one side concedes, the battle ends immediately. I will intervene only if necessary. However, unless there is a concession, even injuries or death fall outside my jurisdiction, Duan Hong stated firmly. I see you're all eager. Let's begin. The first match, Red 100 versus Blue 100. With that, the barrier around the Colosseum opened a gap. Am I first? Xiao looked surprised but stepped forward, his spiritual senses revealing that his opponent also held the number 100. Ha ha ha. So, my opponent is a weakling. A burly man stepped forward, his presence subtly disturbing the surrounding space. A strength-type practitioner. At the mid-stage of 2-star Do Xian, Xiao observed, a faint smile playing on his lips. This individual competition might be more interesting than I thought, he mused. Enter the Colosseum and begin, Duan Hong ordered. Please, Xiao said courteously, the ancient ruler of heavenly flames suddenly appearing behind him, suppressing his aura. Kid, don't go crying for mercy later, the burly man jeered, oblivious to the heat flickering in Xiao eyes. The two stepped into the arena, and Xiao quickly noticed its unusual terrain. rugged mountains, and jagged rocks. The narrative you provided is part of the Battle Through the Heavens universe, a popular Chinese Xinxia series. The context involves intense battles, cultivation levels, and unique abilities, typical of this genre. Based on your input, this seems to stem from the main series or one of its associated stories, such as The Legend of Yao Lao, a prequel, or related adaptations. Battle Through the Heavens centers on cultivation, alchemy, and combat within a hierarchical world of Douqi energy. Its universe expands across sequels and spin-offs like Wu Dong Qian Kuan and Dragon Prince Yuan, all sharing similar thematic elements of personal growth, revenge, and overcoming adversity. The series also includes detailed combat techniques, powerful artifacts, and mystical beings, as depicted in your excerpt with terms like Dragon God's First Transformation and Eastern Continent Competition. For more details on the storylines and how they connect, platforms like Novel Updates, https://www.novelupdates.com, and official fan forums provide summaries and discussions on related series. The Wooden Pavilion and Ice Soul Palace are among the top powers in the Eastern Continent. Even their ordinary disciples possess terrifying strength, let alone those considered near geniuses. Such prowess is virtually unrivaled. The outcome is clear. Admit defeat. As the spectators murmured in fragmented discussions, the battle within the arena concluded. I lost. The burly man stared at Xiao Yin in disbelief. At this moment, the ancient ruler of heavenly flames in Xiao Yan's hand was poised less than a centimeter from the burly man's throat. The man had no doubt that if Xiao Yin had intended to kill him, he wouldn't even have had the time to surrender before falling. The first match goes to Xiao Yin. Duan Hong swiftly stepped into the arena, producing a crystal sphere to record the result. With a flick of his hand, the information was instantly registered, and the result was announced. The crystal sphere's recording was a clever invention by the Valley Master of Forged Blade Thunder Valley, allowing for seamless data synchronization across the Thunder Realm, saving considerable effort. Next, we proceed to the second match. With his battle concluded, Xiao Yin returned outside the arena but didn't leave, knowing that today's goal was to determine the top 100. It wouldn't be long before his next fight. Fortunately, this was still the preliminary stage, and the participants varied significantly in strength. Thus, each match concluded quickly. Hello, my name is Mu Xiao. Shall we be friends? Just as Xiao Yin prepared to observe the other matches, a refined-looking man approached him, extending a pale hand with a smile. Xiao Yin raised his head, a trace of doubt flashing in his eyes. Don't worry. I was simply impressed by your strength and wanted to get to know you. Mu Xiao, sensing Xiao Yan's hesitation, quickly clarified. Nice to meet you, Xiao Yin. Xiao Yin replied with a light handshake and a smile. You're strong. I hope we can have a fair fight someday, Mu Xiao said earnestly. So do I, Xiao Yin nodded with a grin. They released hands and turned their attention back to the arena. Members of the Wooden Pavilion are all elegant gentlemen, aren't they? Why does this guy seem like such a battle maniac? Xiao Yin thought wryly. Mu Xiao, however, was far from simple. Despite his outward charm, his strength had already reached the late 2-star Do Xian stage. The Wooden Pavilion is one of the 8 major families in Thunder City. They surely have plenty of trump cards. For you, he's a rare trial opponent, the Devourer of Souls remarked. Let's hope so, Xiao Yin replied with a faint smile. After the second match ended, Xiao Yin participated in 5 more battles, securing victory in all 6 and successfully advancing to the top 100. In the first phase of the Eastern Continent competition, 3 arenas hosted battles. Each has now determined its top 100 competitors. Congratulations to you 5 for making it through, Duan Hong announced, nodding slightly at Xiao Yin and the others before guiding them to the resting area. The victors in this arena were Xiao Yin, Mu Xiao of the Wooden Pavilion, Bing Ling of the Ice Soul Palace, a sinister figure who emanated an aura akin to that of the extraterritorial evil clan, and an enigmatic, unidentified expert. Phew. I wonder how Xiao Yin is doing. With his strength, clearing the first phase shouldn't be too difficult. Inside the Forged Blade Thunder Valley, a graceful figure lay in an elegant room, her mind filled with images of Xiao Yin. His exceptional strength and composure had left an indelible impression. Initially, Lu Qing hadn't paid much attention to him. However, after witnessing him fend off the three-eyed ghost pupil on Icefire Island and insisting that she and the others leave while he stayed behind to hold off the enemy, her view of him had shifted dramatically. Lu Qing, what are you doing? All secretive? Suddenly, another figure slipped into the room and playfully covered Lu Qing's eyes with her hands, adopting a mock authoritative tone. Qi Fei. Lu Qing chided softly, her tone tinged with a mix of annoyance and fondness. Lu Qing, Qi Fei, startled by Lu Qing's reaction, withdrew her hands sheepishly and stuck out her tongue mischievously. I knew it was you. Lu Qing gently tapped Qi Fei's forehead with her finger. Duan Qi Fei and Lu Qing were of similar age, though Duan Qi Fei was slightly younger. However, as the only daughter of the Valley Master of the Forged Blade Thunder Valley, Duan Qi Fei had shown exceptional talent since childhood. Now, her strength had reached the mid-stage of 2-star Do Xian, and with the golden silk armor crafted by the valley for her, her combat power had increased exponentially. In contrast, Lu Qing's strength had only reached the early stage of 2-star Do Xian. Sister Lu Qing, what are you thinking about? Duan Qi Fei asked gently. Lu Qing held a prominent position within the Holy See, and when they first arrived at Thunder City, it was Lu Qing who suppressed the resurgence of the dark power within the Valley Master of the Forged Blade Thunder Valley, earning her a direct nomination for the first phase of the competition. There were 9 slots available to advance from the first phase of the arena, and the last one went to Lu Qing. Nothing, Lu Qing replied, shaking her head slightly. Sister Lu Qing, even though we've both advanced, this competition is going to be fun. Let's sneak out for some training. Father won't notice, Duan Qi Fei said with an excited look. Given her special status, she had always been confined to the Forged Blade Thunder Valley, so she was naturally curious about the outside world. This place is heavily guarded. Do you have a way out? Lu Qing asked, a little puzzled. After all, this was the core of the Forged Blade Thunder Valley, and the security forces here were far beyond what the two of them could handle. Leave it to me, Duan Qi Fei said, leaning close to Lu Qing and whispering a few words. Soon, the two of them smiled quietly. With Duan Qi Fei's clever and crafty nature, she had long known the way out but had simply refrained from using it until now. The first day of the competition passed quickly. The accommodation for all participants was located in a vast mountain range. The mountains were not only towering, but the spiritual energy within them was rich and abundant, making it an ideal place for cultivators to stay. The mountain range was layered and spacious enough to comfortably accommodate tens of thousands of competitors. Outside the mountains, there were spatial teleportation arrays and numerous patrolling guards, making both security and transportation highly convenient. Participants who have advanced to the top 100, please proceed to the Desolate Arena. Today, we will determine the top 50. A resounding voice echoed through the mountains. With the sound of the announcement, the top 100 participants living in the mountains began to stir. Let's head to the arena, Xiao said as he opened the door and looked at Xun'er, who was standing beside him. Your performance yesterday was rather terrifying, Xun'er remarked softly. Xiao had won all 6 of his battles, advancing with a perfect record, while Xun'er, though also in the top 100, had a record of 5 wins and 1 loss. 5 wins, 1 loss? Xiao asked, and as he and Xun'er made their way toward the spatial array, Xiao couldn't help but wonder about her loss. After all, Xun'er was a genuine late 2-star Do Xian, so even Xiao would find it hard to defeat her. It was surprising that such a powerful individual had lost. The one who defeated me yesterday was Mu Gu, the vice leader of the Thunder City Mercenary Guild. He's a formidable opponent, having reached the perfected 5-star Do Xian, Xun'er said, her lips slightly trembling as she spoke. The battle with Mu Gu had been extremely intense, and despite using all her strength, she had still been defeated. Let's go, Xiao said after a moment. The two of them stepped into the spatial array, which led them directly to the Desolate Arena. The spatial array connected directly to the Desolate Arena, so they had no other concerns. Welcome, top 100 participants, to the Desolate Arena. A voice filled with wild energy echoed through the air as the blinding light from the array faded away. Such powerful energy, Xiao murmured, sensing a massive pressure from the voice. The Desolate Arena was the largest arena in the Thunder Realm, and its energy barriers were strong enough to withstand attacks from any 3-star Docian. It was the perfect place for the final stages of the competition. You are all the top 100 participants in the first phase of the Eastern Continent competition. Today, as usual, we will draw lots to determine the matchups for the next round, and we will determine the top 50. A massive figure floated slowly in the center of the arena, speaking to the crowd. Duan Tianfeng, the third master of the Forged Blade Thunder Valley? As the bright light from the array faded, some of the stronger participants quickly recognized the figure responsible for overseeing the matchups. Duan Tianfeng, the third master of the Forged Blade Thunder Valley, was a mid-stage 4-star Docian. The Valley Master and Deputy Valley Master of the Forged Blade Thunder Valley were both extremely powerful, with the Valley Master focusing on negotiations and weapon forging, while the Deputy Valley Master remained mysterious. I am the person in charge of this stage of the competition, overseeing the selection of the top 9 from the current top 100. My name is Duan Tianfeng. A figure descended slowly within the arena, coming to stand before Xiao and his group. Everyone noticed that faint streaks of silver lightning coiled around the figure, giving him an air of profound mystery that emphasized his formidable strength. Russell. Duan Tianfeng, the third leader of Forged Blade Thunder Valley. What a powerful presence, murmured a shadowy figure hidden among the crowd, hurriedly suppressing their dark aura. Any careless exposure of such an aura before a powerhouse of this level would undoubtedly result in their complete annihilation. No matter your attribute or cultivation method, as long as you do not harm the Eastern Continent, you are welcome to participate in the Eastern Continent competition. However, should anyone dare to endanger our land, even if you were a god descending from the heavens, Forged Blade Thunder Valley will ensure that justice is served. Duan Tianfeng's majestic voice resonated, his tone heavy with authority as his gaze briefly locked onto the shadowy figure. Upon hearing these words, the crowd nodded solemnly. Since there are no objections, let the draw for the top 50 begin, Duan Tianfeng announced with a faint smile after scanning the 100 contestants.